The greatest hits of the 60s and 70s, KDES 104.7 with Bob the Bopper O'Brien. Special guest today, this is indeed a treat. He'll be coming to the McCallum Theater for Gilda's Club, a charity event for cancer on Wednesday, April 11th. So we can call him the man of many voices, man of 1,000 voices. Rich Little, my special guest, welcome.
Hi.
First time I became aware of Rich Little was maybe back in about 1967 on a TV show called Love on a Rooftop.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I have a few episodes of that.
You're the one that watched, huh?
I'm the one. Was that maybe your biggest break, your first break on television?
Actually, the Judy Garland show was the biggest break I got at the beginning of my career. Love on the Rooftop was shortly after that, and that was a situation comedy that lasted only one season, unfortunately. It was a little bit like Barefoot in the Park. It was Judy Carn and Peter Duell, and I was the nutty next-door neighbor, and it was a big break for me at that time.
When did you realize you could imitate people? Were you like a class clown? Did it occur to you in grade school, hey, I can do this?
Well, when I started imitating the teachers, I knew I was onto something. Because the kids loved it, and the poor teachers looked baffled, you know. They were intimidated by me, so they, after a while, got wise to what I was doing, and then they didn't ask me anything. And I sat at the back of the class and majored in recess.
What was the first celebrity impression you did?
The first celebrity was Jimmy Stewart. I remember coming home one day, and I asked at the dinner table my mom for a piece of apple pie. And it was that word pie that started me doing Jimmy. Interesting that Pie was the name of his horse for many, many Westerns.
Was anybody ever offended by your impressions? I've heard rumors that Paul Lynde didn't like it so much.
Well, he did that for effect. Whenever I would do Paul Lynde on Hollywood Squares, they'd always cut to a close-up of him, and he'd always look in the camera and go, "Who's he doing? Who's that? I'll get a day job. That's pathetic, you know." But that was mostly for effect. He knew I was doing him. He just loved to put me on. But I don't think anybody really objected to my impression, I mean really strongly over the years. Even Richard Nixon got a chuckle out of me doing him, which is hard to believe, but supposedly true.
Was there anybody's voice that you wanted to conquer? What was the hardest one, and maybe you just never got it down? Is there such a person?
Oh, of course. I can give you a list. Do you like a list of all the current actors on the screen today?
I would like a list, sure.
Oh, my gosh. I don't do Brad Pitt, you know. I don't do Matt Damon. I don't know whether those people can be imitated. It's tougher to be an impersonator today, I'd say, than it was 30 years ago.
Once again, talking with the legendary Rich Little, coming to the McCallum Theater for the Gilda's Club charity event for cancer, Wednesday, April 11th. Approximate time for your performance after dinner. And while you're in town, you going to stay a few days, maybe take in some golf?
No, I don't play golf. I don't own any plaid pants.
That is a good reason. And we were talking about celebrities, new celebrities, hard to do, easy to do. Whom have you added?
Well, I'm doing Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. I know the people know who he is. And, I do Andy Rooney from 60 Minutes, and I do current people. I'm doing a little John McCain. Somebody said to me the other day, what if Hillary becomes president? What are you going to do? I said, go back to Canada, I guess. I don't know.
You used to do Edith Bunker, so you could do a Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, but the trouble is that Hillary Clinton doesn't sound like Edith Bunker. I mean, she's got a distinctive voice, but I don't think people would recognize her, even if I did it well. I think it'd be tough to do her. You'd probably have to wait until she got into trouble, which I'm sure she would. See, that's the thing with politicians is that they have so much pressure on them. They develop little tics and sayings and their voices change because it ages you and older people are easier to imitate than younger people. So politicians can become good subjects in time,
Maybe over time she'll develop some tics and some little nuances that you can catch on to, kind of like Ronald Reagan.
I could never imitate Ronald Reagan, probably from his movie days. It wasn't until he became president and the voice got gruffer and he started saying things like, well, and there he goes again.
Well, your show is called One's a Crowd.
Yeah.
It's coming to the McCallum Theater April 11th, Wednesday evening for charity for a great cause. And what
I hope people will come out. I'm probably going to do about 60 impressions because I'm doing a singing medley that's got 32 singers in it.
Oh, this will make a nice segue. We play the greatest hits of the 60s and 70s on KDES 104.7. How about a little sampling of some of the artists we would play? Maybe we can close out with some Elvis?
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether you can because I just left the building. And I don't know where I am. I'm working over at the Burger King, and I got to get back over there. I just want to thank you, for putting me on the air and telling folks about Rich Little because he's a little guy, but he's very rich.
Absolutely. Wednesday, April 11th at the McCallum Theater. Rich Little, it has been an absolute joy having you on KDES 104.7.
Okay.